Arsenal and Man City assets returning 1 week after your free hit. Hello guys, hope you're having a great Tuesday. What is up? And welcome to FPL Today and the FPL Team Selection video for Gameweek 20. Kind of the update, because we've still got a lot of Gameweek 19 to go. So we will have another video where I will go over my final score or as close to it as possible at the time of recording. But right now we're just having a look at how we've done so far and how I'm lining up for Gameweek 20 to discuss what's been happening so far in the Premier League and how it affects the Fantasy Premier League. So, as you guys have been doing with every video, thank you guys so much for the support. Please hit that like button, hit subscribe and hit that bell for FPL. And also a quick apology because before Christmas with the pandemic and the lockdown, I did say in one of my videos that I was going to leave my DMs open for anyone that wanted to direct message me. Potentially you are spending Christmas alone. And unfortunately, I wasn't clever enough to realise that anyone I didn't follow, I had to accept the message request. Today, while editing the graphics for this video, I did look at that. I found it by accident and saw that some of you did message me. And I promise by the time this video is up, I should have got back to you and we can have a discussion in the DMs on Twitter. But apologies for missing it when I did send that out on a video around Christmas time. Anyway, with that apology out of the way, let's get on with the video. So guys, Game Week 19, we were looking at this game week thinking potentially we could do some damage. And then unfortunately postponements and rearrangement of fixtures really affected how we were planning for this double game week. So we didn't go into this double game week with quite the team that I wanted. I could have potentially wildcarded and I would have had a much better game week so far if I had. However, the team was meant to be a good team going into this game week and beyond. And we'll see how true that is in the weeks that are to come. But there were some players I missed out on because I didn't use my wildcard. Unfortunately, a lot of those were from City and potentially a few from Arsenal as well. But it is what it is. Anyway, as far as the players that have done well for us this game week so far, we are looking at the defence with Cresswell and Robertson both picking up clean sheets. West Ham managing to pick up a very important clean sheet for me early on in the game week against Burnley, and then Liverpool with the clean sheet against Man United in that board draw. We then also had Antonio getting the only goal in that West Ham Burnley game. Antonio was a risk, but he did start and get on the score sheet very early, which I was very pleased about. And then Kevin De Bruyne returning points for me as well in a 4-0 win for Palace. Unfortunately, it wasn't really the haul I was looking for because, let's be honest, against Crystal Palace, Man City, double game week, I was hoping for a bit more than that from 4 goals scored by Man City. Speaking of which, had fixtures pretty much stayed the course they were meant to, potentially I could have had Stones in this. I won't try to claim that Gundogan would have been in this as well as my free hit team, but it is a bit disappointing that we've missed out on those points. And to be honest, not that I think Stones is going to go on some sort of goal scoring streak, but it's very disappointing to miss out on those two goals when I know a lot of people around me did have those players this game week. I am very hopeful going into the next fixtures for these 4 though, that we will get some more points, especially as Antonio had 3 shots on goal with 2 on target and 3 from inside the box with 1 big chance and expected goals at 0.65. De Bruyne also having good returns with 3 shots on goal, 1 from inside the box, 3 key passes and 1 big chance created with that assist. And Robertson did have 2 key passes with 1 big chance created and also 1 shot on goal, which was from inside the box. So hopeful for points from all of these players, and hopefully West Ham can keep another clean sheet with that West Bromwich Albion game. Then we had 5 players that didn't really return for me, some with more fixtures to play, but Dallas, Bamford and Adams, all a casualty of the postponements, means 2 points is all I'm going to get from all of them, which was very disappointing indeed. We were hopeful for a Leeds win at Brighton, and they got defeated 1-0. And we're also hopeful that Southampton would do something against Leicester, but they lost 2-0. So disappointing performances from those guys, who would have had a double game week with them playing each other next to save it, but now unfortunately they don't. As for Fernandes and Salah, both with 3 points returned, isn't exactly what you want from your big hitters. However, Fernandes did have good underlying stats, and I think it's just a matter of If I wait, the points will return. 4 shots on goal, 2 on target, 2 from inside the box with 1 big chance and 1 key pass made. In a very cagey match against Liverpool, I don't think I could expect too much from him. Although Salah, 3 shots on goal, 1 from inside the box. I'd like to see better numbers than that from him. And 2 key passes, but no big chances created. Salah is starting to wear on me a bit. At 12.5 million, I need more from him if I'm going to keep him in my side. We do still have 2 players that haven't had either of their double game week fixtures yet, and that is Martinez and Grealish, who both have Man City away and then Newcastle at home. Man City game, we don't know what's really going to happen there, but potentially Martinez could get some save points, and you never know, Aston Villa could get a goal or 2, and Grealish will hopefully be involved. Then Newcastle, I'm pretty hyped for that because I've just seen Arsenal destroy Newcastle, so hopefully Aston Villa can do the same. We're looking at a good haul from Grealish, so I can catch up some ground on some of my competition. On the bench we have Anguissa, who managed to get 2 points in his fixture, although I don't think he's really going to get much from the Man United game. And from what I've heard, Martinez and Grealish have both trained, so they're probably going to feature in hopefully both of the games that Aston Villa have to play. Taylor, it looks like his injury does mean he misses a double game week, which is very unfortunate for me. And then Robinson, minus 2 points, and he doesn't play in the Man United game. So it's a good thing my first 11 are looking pretty secure for game time. So we look at my rank, and this is of course from livefpl.net. Please do go check them out if you want an update on your ranking before it goes live on the FPL website. We have got 49 points with a -4 because we brought in Antonio and Kevin De Bruyne. So far, Kevin De Bruyne's done all right for me, though, and so has Antonio, so not too upset about that -4. Game week average at the moment is 43, though, so we do need a good second half of this game week. And then overall points, we're now at 1,119, with a rank of just over 250k, seeing a significant drop because we were in the top 200k. We've dropped about 70k places. A lot of that happened in that Man City fixture. Arsenal not helping either. Now, usually we would go to the player at risk, but I'm going to leave that for a later video where I go over how I did in the second half of the game week. So before we go on to what my team looks like at the moment for game week 20, do go and check out Fantasy Football Hub. All the data on FPL Today is taken from the Fantasy Football Hub, with tools such as player comparison to choose the best players out of 2 options, Opta-Stats tables to see who could be hitting form soon and who will be amongst the goals, and a fixture ticker so you know who has not just the form but also the fixtures to match, and so much more, like articles and coverage of other fantasy football games. Ask yourself why you haven't joined the Fantasy Football Hub. It's just £2 a month to unlock your FPL potential. Big thank you to Fantasy Football Hub for partnering with this channel. Their support has been great over this season. If you do want access to stats that I've just read out over the team points part of the video, or a fixture ticker, or plenty of articles, do go and check out them. Top link in the description, and it does help out the channel as well. Anyway, on to game week 20. We're not going to go over this for too long, although we will go over the potential transfers I'm planning. But for next game week, we have Martinez, Cresswell, Robertson and Dallas, the usual back 4, with Martinez having Burnley away, Cresswell having Crystal Palace away, Dallas with Newcastle away, and Robertson with Tottenham away. Now, I'm hopeful of clean sheets from at least 3 of these 4 fixtures, and who knows what could happen in that Liverpool-Tottenham game. So, hopefully, that is a good lineup for the back line. In midfield, we have Kevin De Bruyne, Fernandes, Salah and Grealish. West Brom away for De Bruyne, so he's probably going to get the captaincy armband. Fernandes, probably going to be the vice-captain, but I haven't decided that just yet, with Sheffield United at home. Grealish, Burnley away again, decent fixture. Salah with Tottenham away. So again, the fixtures are looking decent in game week 20. And then up front, we have Antonio with Crystal Palace away, Bamford with Newcastle away, and Adams with Arsenal at home. Now, Arsenal have looked better recently, though they did have that disappointing game week 18. And Bamford and Antonio have opponents which they could get goals against. So overall, the team does look decent. And if I wasn't so desperate to get some Man City defenders in, because when they did what they did a couple of days ago, that really hurt my rank. Otherwise, other than that, the team is looking pretty good. As far as the bench goes, usual suspects of Anguissa, Taylor and Robinson. The Fulham boys with Brighton Hove Albion away, and Taylor with Aston Villa at home, with Taylor looking like he could be out I've got to do some research on that. But the bench should be okay for game week 20. It's the Man City boys that we're really worried about not owning. So the potential transfers part of this video, that is exactly what we're going to focus on as we look at the Man City defence and which one we could bring in. Now I do have 1 million in the bank, so I could upgrade one of my weaker defenders, potentially to one of the cheaper Man City defenders, or we could look at bringing in one of the bigger hitters, and that big hitter that I think a lot of us have been looking at because of his underlying stats is João Cancelo. With West Bromwich Albion away in the next fixture, that looks like a clean sheet in the bag. 5.8 million. He's managed 4 shots on goal in the last 6 game weeks, 2 on target, 2 from inside the box, and 6 key passes with 3 big chances created. And especially in that game week 18 free hit, it looked like he could have scored and got an assist and had a massive haul in that fixture. So we're definitely interested in João Cancelo. But of course, John Stones is the man of the moment with 2 goals in the last fixture and really hurt my rank. He was someone that I probably would have had in if fixtures being rearranged and postponed hadn't changed the strategy I went with. 5.1 million is not bad for a starting Man City defender at all. He's had 3 shots on goal, 2 on target, 3 from inside the box, 2 of them being big chances. Expected goals is at 0.91, so 2 is quite significantly over that for a defender. And he hasn't got any real chance creation with expected assists at 0.09. But it's more to get someone in for those clean sheets. If I was thinking about attacking threat, then I probably would still go with Cancelo, despite the 2 goals Stones have scored. But at 5.1 million, that's 0.7 million cheaper for those clean sheets. And then, of course, we have the man that is nailed on, Ruben Dias. He's 5.8 million as well, doesn't really have the goal threat or assist threat of Cancelo, but does seem more nailed on with more minutes played. He's had 1 shot on goal, which was on target and was from inside the box, and has 1 assist to his name from the game in game week 19. So all these players, I'd say, are decent options. If you want the budget, it's Stones. If you want the attacking threat, it's Cancelo. And if you want the security of starts, I still think Dias is more secure than John Stones, but John Stones has done really well to secure his place in that back line. I will probably go for Stones purely because of budget. But it does depend if I'm thinking of getting rid of Andrew Robertson. If I am, then potentially Cancelo could be the guy that comes in for me. Anyway, guys, that is it for this video. So if you have enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, on Wednesday, so that's tomorrow when you're watching this video, if you're watching it when I've uploaded it, we will be going live with the Wildcats watching the Man United Fulham game, just discussing some FPL stuff with you guys while watching and reacting to the game as it happens. So do come and join us for that. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.